statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in today. And appreciate your listenership. Never take it for granted. That's for sure. No audience, no show. Simple as that. Dr. Harris Mcilwainh is scheduled to be on the show today. He should be coming along. He's always in studio. He always takes time out of his practice to come in and do the show in studio. I'm grateful for that. And I have a number of things I want to discuss with him and get his take on these stories and studies that are trending, that are capturing certain issues that could be of very great importance to you in your day-to-day life. For example, when I go to the movies, they now have the machines where people can fix their own drinks, at least in this particular theater that I go to. And they have small, medium, and large. And one of the things that I noticed that the small, all sizes are bigger than they have been in past years. Small is bigger, medium is bigger, and large is far bigger. And people can go back and get more than one drink. And they do. And they do. And I see sometimes youngsters with these giant drinks, the large size. I mean, and that's I don't know how many ounces is in it. I'll have to check. And then I'll see people who are overweight or obese going back, and I don't know if they're getting sugar-free or regular drinks or whatever. But I can tell you there's a story that's trending this morning coming out of the American Heart Association, published in their journal called Circulation, about sugar-sweetened beverages. And I want to report on that and share with you one of the relationships that they found between the consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages and a particular condition that gets people into a lot of health trouble. And there were a couple other stories trending that were interesting. One that I wanted to report on because I wanted to say, I have said this a million times on the show, and it's only a small win. But in terms of losing weight, one small win that people can practice is to use small plates. Coming out of the Cornell Food and Brand Lab, I'll tell you what they found. And then there was another story trending out of Washington University School of Medicine about atherosclerosis. Doctors thinking of it as the Alzheimer's disease of blood vessels. I'm going to show you a image. If you watch the show, I'm going to show you an image. It'll be in color of plaque buildup in the inner walls of the arteries. And this was an animal experiment. This will be a mouse artery. Nevertheless, it's an artery. Plaque is plaque. Accumulation of plaque is accumulation of plaque. So I'm going to talk about those stories that are trending. I'll get Dr. Mcilwainh to comment. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. A lot of people listen to this show and watch the show a heck of a lot more. Listen, of course. The show is coast to coast, so we have a big platform, and a lot of people listen to this show. And the demographic and the psychographic for the show is rather interesting. And people listen to radio or watch TV or watch a radio show like mine that streams for a lot of different reasons. One, they want to learn, they want to get information, they're trying to figure things out, they're interested in health. Some just as a companion. Some people are by themselves, live alone, not well, and they listen to health talk shows. Mine among probably several that they listen to, or now these days, shows such as mine that stream they can watch as it's being broadcast. But most people listen. So, and we know, and I've looked at the literature on why people listen to radio and radio itself. And I'm absolutely convinced that one of the reasons that people listen is because they're looking for not just the information. And around here, we talk a lot about how things can get done. But people are looking for hope. And I know this. Talk to any doctor who's dealing with patients who are ill. Yeah, they want to know things. They want the information, but they're looking for some hope from that doctor. I'll ask Dr. Mcilwainh about this. It's a part of practicing medicine. I wouldn't know. I'm not a physician. I have a PhD, not an MD. But I do this show, and I do have clients. I can consult. I just can't diagnose, treat, and I don't want to. And I've learned over the years that people are looking for a sense of hope. They're trying to find a way, and they need somebody to encourage them to do that. They're looking for hope. And you can't underestimate how important that is in the process of people trying to take charge of their health. If you keep pounding away at how complicated and difficult and impossible things are, people will give up. I reported on a study the other day where they showed a decline in the number of people attempting to lose weight. It was the first time in 25 years that the number of people wanting to lose weight dropped below 50%. We are now at a place in our country where we're nudging closer and closer to 70%. It won't be long where 70% of the population is going to be overweight or obese. 68% is overweight or obese. Better than a third is obese, and 15% are extremely obese of the people who are obese. And so that study communicated to me, it sounds like people are giving up. They're satisfied. They're saying, I don't want to lose weight. Really? You won't make me believe that for a second, that somehow they're just comfortable with that. I think what has happened, a lot of people have lost their hope of losing weight. They've tried and failed so many times. And it's not just about losing weight. Believe you me, there are a lot of people, hundreds, maybe even thousands of people that listen to this show that are by themselves, not doing well, and trying to find a way to make it. And I could sit here till I'm blue in the face and give all kinds of technical information. At the end of the day, you better communicate a sense of hope and give people hope, and it's got to be realistic. And that hope is generated by showing and giving them the pathway, as difficult as it may be. I'm going to ask Dr. Mcilwain about this. I think it's a critical issue. We'll be back.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Is your skin showing signs of aging? Do you want hair with more body and stronger nails? Add NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C to your daily routine to help you regain your youthful, vibrant appearance. Collagen is the body's key structural protein, and it is critical to the elasticity and strength of connective tissues like skin, ligaments, and tendons. Recent clinical studies suggest that supplementing with collagen may reduce wrinkles and increase the firmness of your skin, improve the thickness of your hair, and strengthen your nails. Previously, medical studies also show a wide range of benefits from collagen supplements that may help with your joint pain, bone strength, and exercise recovery. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C provides 100% pure collagen that's hydrolyzed for maximum absorption. Results are felt and seen within weeks. Super Collagen Plus C promotes a healthy body by providing specialized nutritional support to help fight the effects of aging. NeoCell's Super Collagen Plus C products are available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Neural Balance with Anandinol. Restore calm, reduce aggression, and increase well-being. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. And so, what I was trying to convey in that opening monologue is it is certainly my hope, no pun intended, that if nothing else, that in listening or watching this show, that the sense of hope is conveyed. I'm all about the science, and I get all that, and nobody more than I is into all of that. But at the end of the day, you're talking. This show is about the audience, about the listener, about the person who's sitting there trying to find his or her way with their health. Many of you are in great shape and are just looking for confirmation of what you're doing or for new things to consider and add variation to a very healthy way of living and being in the world. Other people are struggling more than you realize, and I'm mindful of that. So we try to talk to everybody, but at the end of the day, there has to be a sense of optimism about what you're doing. When you produce and host a show like this, you have to be optimistic and give people a sense of hope. I will talk to Dr. Mcilwainh about it. So this study coming out this morning about sugar-sweetened beverages, and I was mentioning going to the movies and watching people consume these. Now that people can go to the machine by them, they can do it for themselves. You pay and then you go back and refill it. And I see, that large drink looks like a paint bucket. It's huge. Well, drinking sugar-sweetened beverages every day in this study was correlated with an increase in a particular type of body fat that you don't want, because it's going to increase your risk for diabetes and heart disease. And what I'm talking about is visceral fat. I went and printed, if you're watching the show, I went and printed the entire article. It's like a 30-page article published in Circulation. It's a brand new study. And just to give you a backdrop to what's going on here, to understand what the nature of the problem is, sugar-sweetened beverages are the largest contributor of added sugar intake in our country. I'll repeat that. Sugar-sweetened beverages, what they call SSBs, are the largest contributor of added sugar intake in the United States. So I get a little out of sorts when I hear these beverage companies saying, we don't have anything to do with the obesity epidemic. That's like Lucifer saying, I have nothing to do with sin. And when you look at the consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages, that practice, that habit is started early in life. I've seen babies, when the mom, I've seen it with my own eyes, in the baby bottle will pour a beverage drink in the baby bottle and give it to the baby. Are you serious? Come on, man. So that habit starts early in life. It's hard to break. There are many of you listening that might have that habit, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So in a recent data from the Global Burden of Diseases, Injuries, and Risk Factors 2010 study showed a significant number of deaths from diabetes and cardiovascular disease that tracks back to the consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages. So it's not just a soft drink. That sort of makes me laugh compared to alcohol. It's just as lethal. In some respects, it's just as lethal. In the study, Diet soda, of which I'm not a fan necessarily, is popular and contains no added calories from added sugar. And they didn't find any connection between the consumption of diet soda and the accumulation of what's called visceral adipose tissue, VAT, V-A-T. And visceral adipose tissue, as Dr. Mcilwainh will tell you, has been correlated now with the development of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. Some experts now consider the visceral fat, the viscera that are contained in your in the cavity of your body, those visceral organs, that visceral fat builds up around those organs. Medical scientists and physicians and practitioners of one sort or another now consider that to be an endocrine organ that's pumping out hormones that are high in inflammation, that promote inflammation. So in the bottom line, the consumption of one drink, one a day, just one, was correlated with a risk for increased visceral adipose tissue, which is then correlated with heart disease and type 2 diabetes. So it may be called a soft drink, but there are some hard consequences associated with these sugar-sweetened beverages. When I come back, I'll tell you what they consider to be a sugar-sweetened beverage. And there were basically 4 types. 877-897-8255. Come back, I'll also introduce you to Dr. Mcilwainh. If you've not heard him before on my show, comes on once a month. And I'll get him to talk about the one issue about hope. He's in the trench every day. I've been in his office from time to time, both as his patient and for other professional reasons. I see him. So he has a huge practice, and he's busy, and he sees people all day long who are sick. And I want to ask him about hope. We'll see what he says.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Sugar-sweetened beverages, well, they really are problematic, and they're so available and they're so convenient. As I said to you, they're the largest contributor of added sugar intake in the country. Of all the different foods, it's the sugar-sweetened beverages that account for the added sugar. Now, in this study that I'm reporting on, they looked at caffeinated colas with sugar, caffeine-free colas with sugar, other carbonated beverages with sugar, and the fourth category was fruit punches, lemonade, or other non-carbonated fruit drinks. And all, when you go into the grocery store, you just walk down that beverage aisle, and my God, it's amazing. They sell it like crazy. Now, that visceral fat or the deep fat, I was trying to make a point. Let me make sure I make it nice and clear. That's the fat that tends to sort of wrap around important internal organs called the viscera, your liver, your pancreas, your intestines. Bad news. It's not the subcutaneous fat that you can pinch. Like a guy that has a big pot belly, when you poke it, it's hard as a rock. That's visceral fat. That affects your hormones, how they function. It affects the role of insulin. It affects insulin resistance. It's bad news, which then affects type 2 diabetes. So Dr. Carolyn Fox, lead author of the study, said there is evidence linking sugar-sweetened beverages with cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. So I know that probably quite a few people listening are almost addicted to drinking these beverages. And if you think you can do it cold turkey, I wouldn't recommend that approach. I would recommend a slow, incremental decrease in consumption, little by little by little. Just to point out, though, what they found about the visceral fat volume over a 6-year follow-up period with the people in the study. For those who drank one beverage daily, they had an increase of 852 centimeters cubed of visceral fat. That was the highest increase compared to frequent drinkers, occasional drinkers, and non-drinkers. For some reason, those who drank one beverage daily had 852 centimeters cubed of visceral fat, which was the highest. I don't know. Bad. And sucrose and high fructose corn syrup are the two most common sugars found in these popular drinks. I could get into the mechanism of action, some detailed discussion of that. Suffice it to say, they seem to think that the added sugar, the sucrose and the high fructose corn syrup, are somehow contributing to insulin resistance. It's a little complicated, and I don't want to get too tedious with it, so just leave it at that for now. Dr. Harris Mcilwainh is my guest. Dr. Mcilwainh, let's see, that's not a Coca-Cola in your hand, that's a cup of coffee. Good morning. How you doing today? You got to put your mic on. There you go. Now you're on. The mic is hot. So you heard my monologue about giving people a sense of hope, and it's my belief, and there is some literature to support this, that hope becomes an important element in how people go about taking care of themselves and how they will recover from an illness or sickness. I mean, you do this every day. This has been your career and your life for well over 2 decades now. What do you think about that concept and giving patients a sense of hope?
I think you're totally on track. I think probably every patient that we see every day probably comes in with that kind of thought process, looking for hope that they're going to get well, looking for hope that they're going to be able to lose weight, looking for hope their medicines will work and make them feel better and prolong their life. All of that's very important. I think you're absolutely on target for that.
Have you had patients, I'm sure you have, over the years who have given up hope? And how is it to treat and deal with that kind of patient?
Well, it depends, but I think you're right as far as the obesity problem. I think many people who are obese have given up hope that they can't really affect it, that they've tried and they can't do it. And part of it's because, this is the diet today. It's guaranteed to make you lose 10 pounds in 10 days. The kind of gimmick diet is what the government calls it. And they've been through hundreds of gimmick diets. They don't work, but they haven't been able to get down to the basic problem yet of changing their lifestyle because they think it's going to be painful. They think it's going to be uncomfortable and difficult to do and unsuccessful. So they don't really have hope that it's going to work. They just need to be educated that, yes, it will work and they'll feel better and they'll lose weight and feel great.
I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes. I guess if I had to deal with a patient who has developed a sense of hopelessness about things, it's what Martin Seligman calls learned helplessness. Learned helplessness. And they become, and the key ingredient for that is hopelessness. The key for optimism, the key ingredient, the basic driving mechanism is hope. That's the force that pushes optimism. Hopelessness is what pushes helplessness. It's got to be more challenging to work with that patient. I mean, you're trying to help them, but they've given up. They're there, but they've, in essence, given up. It's got to be tough.
Well, it takes a while. It can't be very quick, but probably helping them understand the facts that you actually can change, helping them with specific suggestions. For instance, those that are overweight and have given up need to be shown diets that are good, taste good, filling, make them feel good, but also help them lose weight. They need to learn about it, and it takes a while. It's not quick, that's for sure.
It's not quick.
And it takes patience on the part of the providers as well as the patients.
And I think this idea of hope, giving people hope, is not just applicable to people that are sick, but even people who are healthy, even who are fit. And I see them all the time at the gym. I mean, just they're in great shape. Many of them are young, some not so much, but they're in great shape. They take care of themselves. They, too, look for hope. And I often believe, too, that I think fear is a great motivator. I come back, I'll explain what I mean.
Is your fish oil wildly pure? New Chapter is proud to offer a whole food approach to fish oil, Whole Mega. Naturally pure 100% wild-caught salmon comes from the pristine waters of Alaska. Like extra virgin olive oil, the fresh-caught salmon for Whole Mega is pressed immediately after harvest. And that's all that's needed to deliver wild Alaskan salmon's whole complement of vital omega fatty acids. These omegas support your heart health. One serving of Whole Mega per day, 2 grams, has been clinically shown to help retain healthy triglyceride levels and to improve the omega-3 index, a studied marker of heart health. And Did you know experts recommend consuming 2 to 3 servings of fish per week? So 1 week of Whole Mega delivers the omegas of 3 servings of wild Alaskan salmon. Discover the new chapter difference, wildly pure Whole Mega. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local Fine Health food store.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes. Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract. Available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit Kyolic.com. That's KYOLIC.com. Or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Harris Mcilwainh is my guest. I've been reporting on the study regarding sugar-sweetened beverages, and it's increased. It's now been shown, not only with this study but other studies, to an increase in visceral fat, that deep fat that wraps around your visceral organs, your liver, your pancreas, and your intestines, which then becomes an endocrine organ, pumping out pro-inflammatory hormones. It starts to interfere with insulin resistance contributes to insulin resistance, and you end up with type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. And I was asking Dr. Mcilwainh, first I asked him about this whole idea of hope, giving patients hope. And during the commercial break, we were talking about, I said, to Dr. Mcilwainh, welcome back. We were talking about how many of these companies, marketing companies or whatever, that's what they're exploiting. They're exploiting people's sense of hope. They're giving, but it's a false hope that if you eat this thing or use this piece of equipment, you're going to lose all this weight, or you're going to, look like some runway model or some, buff, fit-looking athlete. And they exploit people's desire for hope, don't they?
Oh, sure. That's part of their business.
It's part of their business. But you try to instill hope in your patients, don't you?
We really have to, because patients require that to do the work to get well, or to lose weight, or to control their blood pressure, to control their arthritis. It takes a lot of work to take care of yourself.
It doesn't get any easier as you get older. And I know we talk a lot about prevention, but I like to talk about this other P word called preparation. And then people say, what are you talking about, preparation? And I say preparation for when you move deeper into the life cycle. When you start to get into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and now people in their 90s, are you prepared for what's going to happen at in those stages of the life cycle? Have you built up enough inventory of health to accommodate the stress and the strain of the system starting to break down, multiple system failure, which happens often, as you know, where lungs, kidneys, and heart are all giving out at the same time? Do you have enough inventory of health to cope with that? Have you prepared for that? Usually we talk about prevention in a more immediate sense. We're trying to prevent from getting sick. But I like to think about preparation. How many patients are really prepared to deal with what happens deeper into the life cycle, do you think?
A small number.
A small number?
Right. I think part of it's because no one has presented that idea, but I think most patients don't take the time to think about that. It's a very good point, though. Preparation,
aging process is what it is. And certainly if you have, I think you probably see this. You have to see this in your practice. The patients that are more fit, more healthy, do better with the disease processes that may afflict them at some point in time, yes?
Yes. The overall health helps. If a patient has severe arthritis, they do much better if they're otherwise healthy or maintain their health. Then they can do exercise, then they can follow the guidelines that make arthritis get better. So something as simple as that can be very important.
So it's sort of a paradox. You need that inventory of health to help you cope with the disease processes or process that's trying to undermine your health.
I think you're right.
It seems so obvious to me, but I often think, are people prepared? Watching, it was a great lesson for me to watch my mother age and go through the stages of life, and then all the stages of death, and all, that was a great lesson. I watched keenly. I watched very keenly, and I spent a lot of time with her. And I could see that in a nursing home, those who were healthier, although they were very sick, did better. They were able to do better with the assault that was happening to them on their body. They just did better. I mean, that sounds so obvious, but I don't know if people think about it that way.
But also, your original point, those who have hope do better as well.
They do. They do. At least that was my observation. What do you make about these sugar-sweetened drinks, these sugar-sweetened beverages and visceral fat? Pretty interesting.
It's very interesting, and I think you put it all together in one sentence, and the listeners could really listen to that. Many people have trouble connecting, well, I'm just having this drink. How can that harm me? It tastes good, once in a while, once a day, I'm going to have this soft drink or a sugar drink. And they say, well, I might get diabetic, I might die early. What are they talking about? It's just something that doesn't really make any sense because it's not understood. But you explained it, that the increase in body fat, the increase in weight, causes the body to change the way it works. And it causes more inflammation. More inflammation makes your body not work effectively, and increases the chemicals that create disease, and you have more disease, including specifically diabetes, and including specifically the hardening of the arteries, the atherosclerosis that causes heart attack.
We come back, I'll tell you about a new study coming out of the Washington University School of Medicine about atherosclerosis. Doctors now calling it the Alzheimer's disease of the blood vessels. I'll explain. I was asked the other day what would be my supplements for 2016. I said fiber, fish oil, a greens drink, and a multi. And I picked fiber and fish oil because the fiber would help fight insulin resistance. The fish oil would help fight inflammation. I think those two things, if you can moderate the inflammation and if you can keep your cells sensitive to the insulin and not develop type 2 diabetes, you're going to age far more successfully. We come back, we'll get into this and much more on Let's Talk Nutrition. And you are listening to Dr. Harris Mcilwain on Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast.
statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome back and welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just tuned in, the first portion of the show, of course, is on demand, as all the shows are. If you visit letstalknutrition.com, the video and the audio can be discovered on demand at the website. The videos are right on the homepage. The audio portion of the broadcast is found under a link called Show Schedule, right at the top of the page. Dr. Harris Mcilwain's in studio with me today, and I always implicate him in the the things that we're talking about on that any given day that he comes into the studio. And I always thank him for coming in, taking time out of his practice. Believe me, it's a busy practice. If you missed the first portion of the show, I was talking about a new study showing a link and a connection between sugar-sweetened beverages that have sucrose and high fructose corn syrup in them and the buildup of visceral adipose tissue, VAT. And that fat, which builds around the viscera, those organs, your liver, your kidneys, your intestines, bad news, and promotes inflammation, contributes to insulin resistance, and so on. So you might, if you want to listen to that, go back and check it out on the website. 877-897-8255. And I was also talking with Dr. Mcilwain about having a sense of hope. And how that plays out in a physician's practice, where Dr. Mcilwain's a rheumatologist and an internist, so he's seeing people all day long that if they don't need anything, they need hope, and that's what they show up. Dr. Mcilwain, you were saying they come to you oftentimes with a sense of hope. They're hoping that you will find a way to help them get better and feel better. Yeah.
And it really is education. If people have hope, if they know they can do something, if they're educated about how to fix those problems, if their nutrition improves and they can lose weight, that gives them hope. And we're working on that right now.
You've integrated nutrition into your practice. I'm not saying that that's unusual, but you went to medical school. You're an allopathically trained physician, traditional medicine. Somewhere along the line, I don't know what happened or how you got in touch with it, but you learned and realized how important nutrition is. And you've now integrated it into your practice with all of your patients, but you now have integrated it in a special way, too, in that you have a nutritionist working with you to help patients who are overweight or obese, yes?
Right. We're trying to, again, give people hope by teaching them how to manage their diet, how to manage their nutrition. So it's not just simply a weight loss program, it's a lifestyle change in nutrition. So they can learn foods that are anti-inflammatory to help arthritis, to help other medical problems, and control their weight. So it's individual coaching, teaching people how to do that, giving them hope that it can be done.
And I take note of the word how they can manage their diet, how they can help reduce the inflammation. I mean, you can tell a patient to your blue in the face why, Bob, you need to lose weight. You can tell him to your blue in the face why he needs to do it. But until you get to the how, that argument is a lame, persuasive argument telling them why, isn't it?
You're really right about that.
You can tell it. It took me a while to figure that out. And that's my area of specialization, social influence and persuasion, telling you. And I said, wait a second, let me just look at this. Telling people why is not getting it done. We've been telling people why they need to quit smoking since doomsday. We've been telling them why they need to lose weight, why they need to exercise, and people still smoke, still are overweight, and still don't exercise. It's because we're not telling them how. And that's what you're doing in your practice.
Well, we're trying that for those that are willing to really make a change and make a difference in their life, both now and later. It seems to be working. We're very happy with it.
Good. So, I know that naturopathic physicians, and to me, it's a false dichotomy, naturopath versus allopath. I think that's silly, a silly thing to do, and I don't pit one against the other. There are wonderful allopathic physicians who take an integrative approach just as much as a naturopath would do as well. They just don't happen to teach you that in medical school. You had to pick that up on your own, I guess.
Yes, I think maybe it's changing now. Maybe there's going to be more of the natural medicine.
Good. Okay. Here's I thought if for nothing else, this was an intriguing story that was trending a couple of days ago. Comes out of the University of Basel, Switzerland. And they were taking a look at risk-taking behavior across the lifespan. And I was reading this and I thought, God, this is interesting. Risk-taking behavior. So before I tell you anything about the study, and then I'll share with you, I'll ask you a personal question. I'll ask myself the same question and give you an answer. As you have gotten older in your life, do you think your risk-taking behavior has gone up, gone down, or stayed the same? And you can define, risk-taking behavior, whatever that may mean to you. Risky behavior.
I would, off the top of my head, I would have to say it stayed the same. But I'm
going to give you some examples. Investing in the stock market is risky behavior, right? Jumping out of airplanes, skydiving and whatnot, that's risky behavior. Practicing unsafe sex that I reported on the show last week relative to older men. They abandon all sense of risk. The study last week I reported on, older men practice unprotected sex at a greater rate and more frequently as they age. That's the kind of risk-taking behavior I'm talking about. You can think of other examples. That's what I mean by risk-taking behavior. Eating a diet that's unhealthy. Not exercising. These are risk-taking behaviors. Do you think yours has stayed the same? Your inclination to engage in risky behavior?
I would guess.
You haven't thought about it, right?
Right. I haven't thought about it.
I think that as I've gotten older, I think that my risk-taking, I take more measured risks compared to when I was younger. I mean, that's how I would put it for myself. I still will engage in risk behavior because certain things that I'm doing, the risk is involved. But it's more measured. It's more calculated. It's more of a calculated risk. I know people that have gotten older. I mean, they are fearful of almost everything. They don't want to engage, driving their car, investing. I mean, it's almost like they're. I don't know what's going on, but this study will get into it, and I'll share it with you in the audience. Risk-taking behavior across the lifespan. Before we do that, let's go to Lansdale, Pennsylvania. caller there. Mary, when we come back, I'll take your call, Mary, and I know you had a question you wanted to ask Dr. Mcilwainh. In this study about risk-taking behavior, with increasing age, the researchers found that the propensity to take physical, social, legal, or financial risk decreases. But there is an exception, and I'll explain it. This study was published in Psychological Science. Risk-taking behavior. Do you engage in risk-taking behavior? I don't know what these... I'll see if I can find that study about older men. I'll share that with Dr. Mcilwainh. These crazy older men.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Are you tired of taking vitamin pills or powders? How about gummy vitamins with high fructose corn syrup or coloring? Finally, you have a choice with Nature's Dynamic whole food gummy supplements and probiotics made by a dad. Imagine getting benefits of your garden in a delicious gummy supplement. Nature's Dynamics utilizes organic, plant-based vitamin and mineral sources with non-GMO, gluten, soy, and dairy-free ingredients in a delicious gummy for the whole family. Nature's Dynamics has Berry Garden gummies made by a dad, multivitamin omega-3 and probiotics for kids, body boost joint relief, whole food bone and calcium gummy, whole food immune and vitamin C gummy, whole food omega-3 gummy, Be Beautiful hair, skin, and nails gummy, prenatal plus gummy, whole food probiotics for digestive support, and body boost energy and wellness multivitamin for him and her in a delicious, easy to digest gummy. To learn more about Nature's Dynamics or to find a retailer near you, visit naturesdynamics.com or madebyadad.com. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by a dad.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Neural Balance with Anandinol. Restore calm, reduce aggression, and increase well-being. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Harris Mcilwain's in studio with me today. Let's go to Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Mary, welcome to the show. You had a question for Dr. Mcilwain.
Right, for both of you. Okay, thank you very much for picking up my call.
Absolutely.
And also thank you, both of you, for answering my phone call before.
You're
now
welcome.
I have a question about osteopenia. I do not want to get into osteoporosis. I have 4.5% bone loss. Now I have been walking on the treadmill for 18 years to prevent any worse. But I have heard that recently walking on the treadmill would not help to decrease osteoporosis risk because the deck of the track of the treadmill absorbs the shock.
I see.
Now my question is, can I walk in my house in circle to get that weight-bearing exercise?
Okay.
My house layout is like that. From the kitchen to the family room.
Yeah.
I can walk to the kitchen to family room. I can walk from family room to the forward area, and from the forward area to the living room, from the living room to back to the kitchen.
I understand.
Like a big circle.
I get it. Now, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Where did you hear that walking on a treadmill is not a form of resistance exercise, that a treadmill somehow is not as effective in creating a resistance exercise effect, which would help build bone mass? Where did you hear that?
I heard it from a seminar, a health seminar.
Really?
It was the speaker was a medical doctor. He is a rheumatologist. She is a rheumatologist. She told me that.
Okay. Let's see what Dr. Mcilwain has to say about that, and then I'll talk to you, too, about it.
It's the weight bearing that stimulates bone formation, and there's no question that weight bearing makes the bones build more. So that is good. Whether you do it on a treadmill or not a treadmill is probably a little bit less important than the fact that you're walking. But that exercise, although it helps build bone, it's only one of several things to help build bone. The calcium that you take, vitamin D is extremely important. And then there are some other both natural and prescription medications that can build up bone.
Yeah, I have been taking calcium from yogurt and vitamin D 1,000 units a day.
The vitamin D, right now, a lot of experts are talking upwards of 5,000 IUs a day of vitamin D3. I don't know if you're going to get enough calcium from eating yogurt. I don't think so. This is where dietary supplementation can play a useful and strategic role. Mm-hmm. But you have to, if you're going to take a calcium supplement, you have to take a calcium supplement that has all of the cofactors that will help the calcium get metabolized. People who go and buy these off-brand, cheap calcium products without the cofactors in them are engaging in risk behavior. That's not a good idea. Companies like Jarrow Formulas, Country Life, Natural Factors, and so on make calcium products, New Chapter, make calcium products that are designed to confer a health benefit and not a health detriment to the individual. So you might want to consider taking vitamin D3 in higher doses. You might want to consider taking a calcium supplement. Dr. Mcilwain, do you have patients that take calcium supplements?
Yes, we suggest that you try to get about 1,200 or so milligrams of calcium a day between diet and supplement. So look at your yogurt, see how much calcium's in it, and then definitely look at the cofactors that help your body use the calcium better. But around 1,200 milligrams a day of calcium, and it's true that the consensus is more vitamin D is probably going to help because many people don't absorb it very well. So 2,000 or more units a day is the current recommendation.
Go ahead. You had another. You were going to say something, Mary.
Yes. I asked Dr. Mcilwainh, what do you think about a walk in a big circle in my house? Is it okay for my knee? Because my knee have arthritis, osteoarthritis knee, and have a history of comalacia of the patella. Yeah. It took me 17 months to get well. It's a long time.
Do you have? Did you say that you had osteopenia?
Yes.
You
4.5% bone loss already.
Yeah, all right.
And
may I ask how old you are?
I'm 66.
Okay. When we come back, I'll have Dr. Mcilwainh comment further on what you just shared. This goes to the very point that I was talking about earlier. What Mary's asking is how to get something done here. She suffers from osteopenia. She's trying to figure out how can she forestall it or moderate it and not permit it to get worse. And she asked the question, is walking on a treadmill going to be good enough to create a resistance effect so that bone mass can be built? She was told, that a treadmill is not necessarily a good resistance training method. That's news to me. Walking and running, it's physics, man. This thing called gravity and whatnot, walking and running swimming is not a good resistance building exercise. Walking and running is far better. We come back, we'll talk more about that. Good question. This inspires conversation. I love it. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, and you're listening to Marian Lansdell and Dr. Mcilwainh, Coast to Coast.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness, BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back and welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. My guest today is Dr. Harris Mcilwainh, and a caller from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, Mary. She's still on the line. I asked her to hold. She asked a good question. She wanted to know if walking on a treadmill was a good weight-bearing exercise. She recently heard in some seminar that it was not. Well, my take on this is, Mary, is this. Weight-bearing describes when they use the term weight-bearing exercise, that describes any activity, okay, you do on your feet that works your bones and muscles against gravity. This is physics. A treadmill is an exercise you do on your feet the last time I checked. Okay? Now, if the surface of the treadmill is so soft, you might be able to persuade me that it's not as effective as a weight-bearing exercise. But it shouldn't be hard as a sidewalk either. Brisk walking, jogging, hiking, yard work, when you're pushing a lawnmower, heavy gardening, team sports, soccer, baseball, basketball, dancing, step aerobics, stair climbing, tennis and any racket sport, skiing, skating, karate, bowling, weight training, are all, and with free weights or machines, all of those that I just mentioned are weight-bearing exercises. You could even get a couple of dumbbells, and I told the guys in the studio that I use smart bells myself, but so you can get some dumbbells, 5-pound dumbbells, 10-pound dumbbells at most maybe, and teach yourself, or get a trainer or somebody to teach you how to use these dumbbells to do some exercises. I wouldn't recommend, I'll get Dr. Mcilwainh to comment on it, walking around the house, trying to navigate through the confines of the house. You could fall, slip and fall. I don't know if you have rugs on the floor, what kind of floors you have. I think that's dangerous. I think you should stick with your treadmill. Dr. Mcilwainh suggested changes in your diet. There are certain foods that you can eat. Eat a diet that's rich in calcium and vitamin D. That would include dairy products, milk, yogurt, cheese, vegetables such as spinach and broccoli, the cruciferous vegetables, fish, especially sardines. I told my one producer I was going to tell you, eat sardines till they're coming out of your ears. They're rich in calcium, very good. So diet and exercise with the supplements is my opinion, but I'll ask Dr. Mcilwainh.
I agree completely, and I think that the treadmill is okay, unless it's a very unusual treadmill that's very soft. But I think even then, the weight of your body is what does that. If you're walking and your bones are getting the weight of your body, then that's probably good enough.
Does that help answer your question?
It does help a lot. Thank you. One more question I just popped up to my head. I have heard this in a seminar, the MD saying that, the doctor saying that lying in bed is no good for bone. Why is that?
I missed it. What's not good for bones?
Is that lying in bed?
Oh, lying in bed? Yeah, because
it's not good. It's no good for bone.
Well, what hell are you going to lie down then? I mean, you go to sleep at night. I'm not going to tell you to sleep on a hardwood floor.
No. I don't mean to sleep at night.
I know. I'm being facetious. I'm being ironic. I would agree with her. I mean, I don't need a PhD in exercise physiology to tell you that. No, you don't want to stay in bed all day. No.
I don't stay in bed all day, but sometimes when my back flare up, then I have to lie down.
Well, then you should lie down. Dr. Mcilwainh, what do you think?
That's really okay. Some studies show that if you have 30 or 40, 45 minutes of weight bearing a day, that's going to be enough to stimulate bone formation. So you don't have to do it all the time, and you certainly have to have your rest. But lying down is not weight bearing, so you're not really stimulating bone formation.
She's right about that. Although my daughter accused me, my mattress is so hard, she said it's like sleeping on the floor. I like a hard mattress. I hope we've answered your question.
Dr. Mcilwainh, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how about if I walk 30 minutes a day? Will that help?
Yes, it would.
On the treadmill?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, if I grow older, I cannot walk half an hour. How about 15 minutes? Is that still help?
Well, do it 15 minutes, but do it 3 times a day.
Or do it 10 minutes 3 times a day. Or do it 10 minutes 4 times a day.
Okay, that means totally add up to 30 minutes a day.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, break it up is okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, I appreciate very much. Do we have any more questions, more answers for me?
No, I'm all out of answers. I appreciate your questions, Mary. We love your calls, and you keep calling and keep asking good questions. You always stimulate a conversation. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you answer all my questions too, Dr. Mcilwainh and Dr. Gago.
That's our pleasure. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Carolyn, you wanted to ask Dr. Mcilwaijn about vitamin D.
Yes, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. You were breaking up.
I said you wanted to ask, first of all, welcome to the show and Happy New Year. You wanted to ask Dr. Mcilwaijn about vitamin D.
That's correct. Recently, my endocrinologist had me do lab work for my vitamin D.
Yes.
And my level was 71, and he thought it was too high, even though the lab range showed that it was normal.
Why did your doctor say it was too, if it was within range, why did he say it was too high?
He said he wanted it to be around 40 or 50, and I should only take 1,000 IUs each day.
I'll ask Dr. Mcilwaijn.
Well, without telling you what he's thinking, I think his point probably was that it's not necessary to have a level of 70 all the time, and then it all depends on how much your body absorbs, which is really interesting. We're just learning about that. The bigger problem is people who don't absorb enough, and so they have to have higher amounts. But it sounds like you absorb your vitamin D very well, so he may be implying that you just don't have to take as much to do that. I don't think that's harmful. It's just that I think maybe clarify that with him. He may just think that you don't have to take quite as much all the time.
Okay.
How long have you been? How much vitamin D do you take a day?
I would say about 3,000 units, and plus I try to get some sun.
I think that's reasonable. There are people now taking 5,000, 10,000 IUs a day. I was having a devil of a time. I was taking 5,000 IUs a day, and I still couldn't get my levels to come up. I had to bump it up even more. And I get a blood test every 4 months, so I have one coming up. I'll see how I'm doing with that now. Thank you for your question. We'll be back with the LTN Health question of the day.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Gero Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Gero Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to Gero.com. That's Jarrow for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Hi, I'm Kate. I try to eat a healthy diet, but the irony of eating healthy foods, like broccoli or beans, is that even though they're healthy for us, they can still cause occasional digestive upsets. That's why I take a Digest Smart high-potency enzyme with every meal. Digest Smart is from Renew Life, the digestive care experts. It's the first digestive enzyme certified by Izyme, the International Enzyme Testing Program. Each capsule provides a full spectrum of 25 powerful plant-based raw enzymes to break down each major food group, including carbs, fats, proteins, and fiber. Digest Smart enzymes also feature targeted delivery capsules to reach your intestines, where 90% of digestion occurs. Digest Smart promotes more complete breakdown of the foods you eat and optimizes nutrient availability. Plus, it helps ease digestive upsets and supports your overall digestive health. Now that's really smart. Digest Smart is from the makers of Ultimate Flora Probiotics, and both are available in health food stores everywhere.
Are you or someone you love being held captive by social anxiety, poor sleep, feelings of aggression, or inability to focus? Neural Balance can help, and it's kosher certified and GMO free. Neural Balance is a tasty drink mix that contains the patented ingredient anandinol. Anandinol was created by an endocrinologist and a pharmacist seeking an herbal solution to their own children's struggles. Neural Balance tastes great, it's easy to administer, and starts to work within the first 20 minutes by reducing anxious or aggressive behavior and restoring calm naturally, without sedation or harmful side effects. Safe for children and adults, Neural Balance combines magnesium, CoQ10, B6, 3 types of passiflora, and a special blend of enzymes to bring peace, calm, and focus. To find Neural Balance at a health store near you, visit us at shopneuralbalance.com. Neural Balance, for a balanced life. Learn more at shopneuralbalance.com.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. There is now good evidence to suggest that consuming sugar-sweetened beverages, these SSBs, is linked with cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. The link comes about because the sugar-sweetened beverages increase visceral fat. Earlier, I described and mentioned what visceral fat is. Here's the question. Is visceral fat the fat that you can pinch, like around your tummy or wherever? Or is the visceral fat the fat that builds up around the viscera, the internal organs in your body? You know, your liver, intestines, and so on. That's the question. Is visceral fat the fat you can pinch, or is visceral fat the fat that builds up around your internal organs? 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Dr. Harris Mcilwain's been my guest today on the show and had some interesting questions, right, Dr. Mcilwain?
Yes, very interesting.
Very good. I want to work this in. I mentioned that the study on risk-taking behavior, I referenced that a little bit ago. And what they found in the study is that with increasing age, the propensity to take physical, social, legal, or financial risk decreases generally. However, they found that in countries with great poverty and difficulty living conditions, in those countries, the propensity to take risks remains high even in old age. The hypothesis to explain that is that those people in these countries with poverty and difficult living conditions, where since the resources are scarce, people have to compete with each other more fiercely than in countries that are more wealthy and have more resources available to them. Now, I thought that was an interesting study in just talking about risk behavior, taking behavior. And as I was mentioning, you know, risk-taking behavior relative to finances and so on. Physical risks, social risks, legal risks, and financial risks. Last week, Dr. Mcilwain, I reported on a study that men over 60 years of age who pay for sex use less protection and purchase more sex as they age. I ask you medically, what do you make of that?
It's hard to understand that, but it's definitely a high-risk behavior, especially when you're paying for sex.
What was that you were telling me during commercial break about prostitutes, and where was that?
Well, some areas of the HIV incidence in prostitutes is very high, some over 50% in some cases.
I mean, that's risk-taking behavior. That's in a whole nother arena. These men are over 60 years of age, and they're engaging in this kind of risky behavior, unprotected sex with sex workers, prostitutes, whatever you want, whatever. I mean, as a medical doctor, what would you say to those men? Oh, and by the way, I had 2 men that day approach me and say that they engaged in exactly that behavior.
I think they would need to have education so that they can have some hope.
Jesus. I guess. I don't know. 59% reported not always using protection with sex workers. 95% reported avoiding protection for other sexual acts. I won't even talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's crazy stuff. I don't know if they think they have nothing to lose, but they could live another 20 years. You want to live that with some horrible sexually transmitted disease? I don't think so. You haven't run across this in your practice?
Not really. Not that I know of.
I don't know if older men would even be self-disclosive about that with their doctor. I don't even know if they would tell you.
That's not one of the common questions we ask.
Let's go to Bradenton, Florida. Jane, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to have you on.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I was talking about the correlation now between consuming sugar-sweetened beverages as much as even one a day with either high fructose corn syrup or sucrose in it or both, increasing people's propensity or likelihood to get type 2 diabetes or heart disease. The connection is that the sugar-sweetened beverages increase visceral fat, and the visceral fat then inspires insulin resistance and heart disease. Is visceral fat A, the fat that you can pinch, or is the visceral fat the fat that builds up around the internal organs, the viscera?
Answer is B.
Yeah, the answer is B.
Up around the organs.
Yeah, the liver, the pancreas, the intestines. I think I said kidneys earlier. They're not part of the viscera. The liver, the pancreas, and the intestines. You're right. You're absolutely right. You won a $25 supplement gift card, Jane. Congratulations.
That's wonderful. It brightens up a cold day here in Bradenton.
Yeah, I know. We better watch out for the frostbite down here.
Yes, not yet. We haven't had it, luckily.
Luckily, yes. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening.
Your program. I listen every day.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. I thank you for your listenership, and thank you for.
And I try to preach to my friends everything that you say.
It's hard. It's hard to convince people, isn't it?
Especially about the sodas and that. I tell them they're drinking something toxic.
Good for you.
Don't listen to me. They
Yeah,
cannot give it up. But
just remember, you keep trying. Remember, persuasion takes more than one attempt. That's all I'll say. Keep after it. Thank you, Dr. Mcilwainh, for coming in today. And thank you to Stephen and Josh for helping me help the show being produced. And to remind you, cut back on those sugar-sweetened beverages and don't engage in risk-taking behavior because your health is your wealth.